Hey everybody, it's Marquita, and I'm here to do Vlogmas day 8. And today's Vlogmas is about dirty dishes. Having dirty dishes because you have food to eat. So what I take from that is that I'm grateful to not be hungry, and I'm grateful that I have food. To eat, because I know world hunger is a big thing. I'm fortunate that I have the means to buy food, and if I didn't, I'm grateful and fortunate to have resources of getting food, like going to Knoxville Rescue Ministry. That's one of our local homeless shelters, and you can go there and eat for free. You stand in line. You don't have to tell them your name. You don't have to sign in. You just stand in line and get a tray of food, eat, and leave. And so, you know, I'm very blessed that they let you do that. Like, you can do that for breakfast. I think breakfast is at 8 or 7. It's either 8 or 7 or 8. And then lunch is at noon, and then dinner is at 6. And you can sign up to, like, if you're homeless and you needed a bed, you could sign up to. What I mean by bed is, I'm not for sure, I think they can house about 30 or 40 males, or 30 or 40 females. Families, I think they can only do like 10 to 12 families. And so if you're homeless and you're like, okay, yesterday I slept outside, I think I want to sleep in the bed. Well, you sign up, and I think you have to be in by 7. Like, if you sign up and be in by 7, and it's pretty much first come, first serve. Like, if you sign up and your name's on the list, then they can be like, okay, well, you're here before curfew and your name is on the list, then you can stay here tonight. And it's a drug, alcohol, smoke-free facility. So yeah, Knoxville Rescue Ministry does that. The Salvation Army, which is right across the street from the mission, they also let you come in and eat. It's a little harder getting in there, like, to get a bed, because I think you actually have to sign up and kind of get approved, and them like, okay, well, you don't have a record or something. I don't really know. Like I said, when I was 18, I was homeless, and that's where I went, was the Salvation Army, me and my mama, and they weren't supposed to, like, we wasn't supposed to be approved to stay there, but because I was still considered a child because I was still in high school. Even though I was 18, I was considered an adult, and I didn't have any kids. So really, we weren't supposed to stay there, but I kind of was in that happy medium where I was a kid, but I was also an adult. So we got to stay there, and that's where I stayed. And you know, they're the ones that paid for my my school dues, got me my prom dress made. So you know, I was homeless, but I was never hungry because I got to eat there. You know, I stayed there and I got to eat there. And even if I, like, okay, and for people that have houses that cannot afford food, really, you can call churches, which, churches, what I mean by that, like for people that don't know what I mean, is fish. That's what it's called, fish. And fish pretty much operates out of churches. And I think you can call every day, Monday through Friday. You have to call before 9 a.m. because the telephones pretty much shut down. They go to voicemail after 9 a.m. But it's like literally you have like an hour. You can't call before 8. You can't call after 9. But if they pick up, because I have called fish a couple of times when I was living in Western Heights. I don't live out there anymore. But I called a couple of times because I was needing food, and because at the time I wasn't I didn't have much money, which I still don't have much money. I probably make less than then. But and I never been a big meat eater, so I didn't eat the meat, but like I love vegetables, I love carbs, starches. And so pretty much, that's what they give out. They give you a bag of food, and it's whatever they have. It's the reason why you have to call between 8 and 9 is because they have volunteers that pick up they're sitting there, they're answering phones, that volunteers are, and they're the ones that pack up their car and they drive it to your house and give it to you. I think at between 10 and 12. It depends how close your place is to the church. Of course, you will get it first if you're like down the street. But if you can go to the actual church to pick up your food, you can also do that. That's also an option. But yeah, so they come and they drop you off a bag of food, and it could be like fruit cocktail. Sometimes, like if they get in, it depends what they have, but whatever they get in, they try to split it evenly between everybody. They always ask you how many people's in your family, and they ask you, and then they ask you, of course, your address and how many people's in your family. And like if you got kids, they ask how old your kids are, because like sometimes they have toys. They might bring your kid a toy, like if they have one in that age bracket. And you can also ask for hygiene products like shampoo, soap, dishwasher liquid, toilet paper. Like if they have it, they bring you some. And if like I said, your kids, like people with babies, sometimes they get baby formula donated, and they will be like, okay, well, what formula is your baby on? And Good Start, Infamil, Similac. If they have that specific brand, they bring you, you know, a can or the little to-go box, like whatever they have, they bring it to you. And then, like if your babies are in diapers, you can ask for diapers. You can be like, I got a 3-month-old baby, you know, that's in the size 2. Do y'all have any diapers? And if they have them, they bring you some diapers. Now, not to say that, okay, yeah, they don't bring you like a bag of diapers. It'd be like in the, you know, diapers, they might bring you like 6 diapers. Because like if they got 30 diapers, then they'd be like, okay, well, 6 diapers should last you a day. It might not last you a full day, but hopefully it'll kind of get you through one day, and you can, you know, hopefully come up with some diapers for tomorrow. But like I said, you can call every day. So, and every day it's a different church. So it's not like, okay, well, I'm calling, you know, West Church, and then today, and then tomorrow when I call, it's gonna be West Church. You know, it's like it could be North Church. You know, whatever. You know, and so it's a different church every day. They have different volunteers every day, and like I said, each place is different because all the food is donated. So I am grateful to be in a town that has it, because if I'm not mistaken, I think I seen on TV of some states needing, you know, food, needing actually, you know, where other states like literally traveled with, you know, trucks. You know, we have Second Harvest here. I don't know if that's in every state, but we have Second Harvest, and you know, they give out food. And I don't know if the Appalachian Mountains got better, but they used to be very much in need of food because they are so far away from town. You know, they can't just be like, okay, well, I'm gonna go to town and get a loaf of bread or this and that. It's like either they live, like they can't get a job because it's too far in town to get a job, so they're slowly starving to death. They can't get winter clothes, you know. So, you know, last that I heard, and I can't even tell you when that was, just last time I heard about them, they were still struggling with having firewood for, you know, for their fire, because, you know, it's like the, you know, back in the days, the Western days, where they still use coal stoves, and, you know, they need wood for their stoves, and they need coal for the stoves, and they need, you know, winter clothes, and, you know, they need food, you know, canned food, can openers, because, I actually heard about this story. I don't remember where the woman went. I want to say Uganda, but I'm not for sure. Please don't quote me on that. And this woman said she went over there and did missionary work. And like her and I think it was like her and like two other volunteers. They went over there, you know, because people were starving to death. So they went over there and, you know, brought like tons and tons of canned foods. And she said, like, this one woman, you know, she was practicing English, and she, you know, was like, oh, yes, you know, please come in. And, you know, because she asked the woman, she's like, well, you know, can you show me how you live? You know, I'm interested. And so the woman's like, oh, yeah, come in. So she went in, and that woman said, the woman that was telling the story, she said that she went into that woman's house, and that woman had at least 60 to 70 big family size canned food, cans. But yet, I think it was like the year before that her kid, like her baby, almost died. Like, they were hungry. Her kids were like starving. And the problem with that was, like, people were going over and giving them canned foods. It was like, okay, well, here's some food. but not telling them how to open it. They were just like, okay, you know, here's a can of baked beans, and then just walk away. And it's like, you know, like, I don't know what baked beans are. Like, okay, my kids, like we're supposed to eat this, you know, and people were like literally starving to death, dying, but had a house full of food. But that was because it was a lapse in communication. Like, they gave them the food, and like I said, the woman had enough food to last like a year, maybe 2 years. But they never told them, this is how you open up a can. This is what a can opener is. Because they never even seen a can or food in a can. Like, they, you know, they seen food, but they never seen food in a can. And so it was just like a lapse of communication. And like, when I heard that, like, I literally teared up. Like, I didn't cry because, like, I was in a room with other people and I didn't want to look like a big wuss. But, like, I was like, wow, like, I never even thought of that. Like, I would have probably went over there and just gave them a case of, you know, chicken. You know, chicken in a can. Government chicken, which is pretty good. Government cheese is the best. They need to bring that on back to commodities. That was another thing that they had back in the 80s, early 90s, and people messed it up. But commodities, where they used to give out the government peanut butter, government cheese, government pork in a can, government chicken in a can. The peanut butter, the cheese, and the chicken was the best that I have ever, the best I ever had. And, okay, I'm thinking about the government cheese. Love the government cheese. But yeah, so I would have went over there and I would have gave them a case of whatever, a case of the government chicken or pork or whatever, and maybe even gave them a few recipes. But like, because I'm an American, because I was born and raised here, and because I know this is a can, it is food in it, this is how you open it, I would have never sit back and thought, they have never seen food in a can. They don't know that you have to have something to open it. Or they might know, okay, well, there's food in here, but how do I get it out? Like, they might not know that. And like, until that woman said that, like, it never popped in my head that, like, they might, like that they don't know. If you don't tell them that, they don't know, and so you're not helping. And I mean, and I know that it wasn't, you know, I know when they gave them that food, they weren't thinking, oh, well, okay, they know, you know, that we're going to do this and not help them. They thought, okay, well, we're going to give them food. They know how to open it. We know how to open it. And so it was just eye-opening. It makes you think. Be grateful for the little things, like I always say. Like, little thing as far as knowing how to open a can to eat, instead of having a house full of canned food and starving to death. So, you know, just think about it. It's not funny. I'm just